Yo, what is up? It's the Cosmic here.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Anonymous Traders Dotcast with the Cosmic. And today, I'm going over a monster watch list. Now, this is not just a one-day watch list, a week watch list, a month watch list. This is my current watch list for most stocks that I'm watching and most sectors that I'm watching. But first, we're going to start off with IPOs, the big IPOs that I'm kind of interested in. The first one right here is Vital Farms. It shows registration for a $100 million IPO, planning to list on the NASDAQ under symbol VITL. So I'm going to be keeping some eyes on this. If we can always go over into the SEC filings archives to see when they are actually planning to IPO. And this was dated July 9th. So y'all can always go through and do a little bit of digging to see whenever they are planning to IPO. And it looks like it's a food supply chain, so it could go. We'll have to see whenever it gets a little bit closer to actually doing that initial public offering. Next is Marqeta. They are preparing for an IPO, and it's Goldman Sachs backed, and this is just going to be a good one to kind of look at. Just because Goldman Sachs backing them is no small joke. Next is High Times. High Times, they actually postponed their IPO into September 30th, 2020. They were supposed to come out July 30th, 2020. But due to them not making their finances audit report due in time, they had to push back. And you can see it already has 250,000 shareholders. So I'll be looking at High Times. It's supposed to go under public under HTHC as their public offering ticker whenever they do IPO. And last is a biopharmaceutical called Rely Pharmaceuticals, and they're putting their price in between $16 and $18. I will just they just filed the SEC for an offering, so we don't know whenever it is going to actually launch until the date gets a little bit closer. But those are just the top 4 IPOs that I'm keeping an eye on. Biosector, a credit sector, a food supply chain, and then marijuana, of course. Marijuana is going to be a big play. So whenever I want to go to my watch list, I am going to start with biosector, but the top 3 that I am going to be keeping an eye on are ENDP, MRK, and ESALY. So ENDP and MRK, they both got FDA approved drugs this week, and on ESALY, they were actually got rejected on their first line of treatment option for liver cancer. So that's going to be something that I look for a short play. And then Novavax, always a good play to look at. They are just killing it in the coronavirus sector, and that's going to be a stock that I'm looking to play some options on for a good, I think I want to put a $100 strike on it, because if go to Novavax, we'll see that they're almost at $100. They broke 100 earlier this week, and this is just a coming down point. I do believe that they're going to keep going, so I'm probably going to get a call option for $100. I'll put the expiration date for October just so it has some time value, because it does look like it's getting a little bit overextended back down on the downside. It does have to fill up this gap, but I think that this thing could fly. It already did once off of some coronavirus news. So I think that this one has some more gas in it. But to go to my actual watch list, I have a bio low float under $10 million float. And this is just a massive watch list. And I will make this watch list available only to my Discord members. So if you're in my Discord, then you can get a list of all of these. If you're not, then I'm sorry. But Benzinga Pro is really easy. You can just straight up copy and paste a column into here and it'll populate the whole thing. So my next big sector I'm looking at is 5G. And 5G mainly because of WIMI. I knew 5G was going to be a hot sector soon. I didn't give it enough seriousness and was focusing way too much on the coronavirus plays. And I've been keeping an eye on WIMI for about a month now. They just IPO'd and now they went from $3 to $20 in one day. Off a massive, a spike off their news, but then they had a huge short squeeze afterwards. And I believe it's not done short squeezing. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on WIMI. I'm in it at $20. I did chase a spike, but this is a long-term play for me because their financials are fantastic. At the end of this video, I will leave a link to my WIMI deep dive to give you a little bit more thoughts on my thoughts on that. And then the other massive 5G play I am looking at is CHTR, Charter Communications. This will be an option play for me because I don't really like playing regular stocks on a massive stock like that. You know, its day low was $27, its day high was $40, and you can make so much more money playing, you know, an option at a $530 strike and holding it till the 540, and then boom, you made some exponential gains right there instead of just at $20 per share. So this is going to be one of my option plays I'm looking at for on next week. So continuing, EV plays. EV plays are going to be a huge play to look at, especially this week with Tesla releasing a mock concept of a new vehicle. So Tesla is an option play that I am planning on being bullish on if I can get a decent priced option for Tesla. If it's something stupid, then I'm not going to get it. So Tesla has and they also reduced the price of their Model Y by $3,000. So this is just going to push the stock even more. And that was just today. And then Elon Musk passes Warren Buffett in wealth. This is just going to push the stock even more. Next is Nikola. Nikola, just because, you know, it was a recent runner. I'll be actually playing the volatility on this one mostly. The main one that I am looking at is Spartan Energy, SPAQ. And what got my attention is that they are wanting to acquisition shares rebound from blah blah blah. They're going to merge in a similar fashion. So right here, Fisker Inc. is planning to go public through a merger with special purpose acquisition company Reuters. Reuters reported on Thursday. So Apollo Global Management Inc. backed blank check company Spartan Energy Acquisition is leading a bidding war to make a deal with the electric vehicles manufacturer that could fetch about $2 billion. Sources familiar with the matter told Reuters. Another electric vehicle company, Nikola, similarly went public through last month through merger with Vector IQ Acquisition. The company shares are up more than 60% till date since listing. So this is something that I'm going to be looking at. Spartan closed 37% higher at $14.99, and I'm going to go ahead and put maybe a $17 call, if not an $18, for a good term. probably October or November, just so whenever this does go public and it eventually does explode like Tesla, because remember, patterns happen over and over and over, then I'm going to be there making that money, honey. So I'm bullish on SPAQ, TSLA, and Nikola. I am just going to be playing the ups and downs. Same with Workhorse. Workhorse Group. So, continuing on, our next sector is thermal. Thermal/AI. Mark, FLIR, CREX, and FRSX. Mark, mainly because it's overextended on the downside, in my opinion. I mean, it's done nothing. I don't think it's had a single green day since earnings. Let's go back to the 5-day to see how it actually reacted. Yeah. Just nothing but death since the earnings. It's got a huge gap to fill. So I am bullish momentarily for Remark, just based off the price action. If I had not done no due diligence into this company whatsoever, this looks like an overextended gap up waiting to happen. FLIR, they have earnings coming up, I believe, this week. I am going to get back into my option. I got a couple of options that just did not do well, and I decided to go ahead and cut my losses. But there's more unusual options activity happening, and since it's near the ask, they met the ask to get in on this play. So I'll be looking at this very, very closely. Then you also have this article about the space launch services market could exceed $30 billion, and FLIR is a thermal camera, company. Like they make these cameras for their actual business model. It's not like Remark, where Remark went from AI and then integrated thermal practices to get their foot in the door, which is literally what they said in their last earnings meeting. So if I hurt your feelings about Remark, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. And then the reason I have FRSX on, because FLIR and FRSX are working closely together. So moving on, let's look at my options. What am I looking at in option wise, besides the ones that I've already talked about? Well, NVIDIA, of course. NVIDIA was on a roll this week, and it's finally come down yesterday. But I'll be looking at NVIDIA to continue going off of 5G sympathy, and you just see that it's just gone. Like, I don't think this run is over. They have 495 calls, 510 calls. Shit, I might actually have to get in on this. What is it, at 87 cents? Boy, I'm about to get on this. That's awesome. So I'll be getting on some of NVIDIA, and then Disney. Disney reopened this weekend. So I am going to be looking at Disney to continue going up, because they went up. They reopened, and I actually called that out on Wednesday, I believe, the 8th. That Disney announced that they're going to reopen, so it's going to run. And what the hell did it do? It ran. It's not a huge run, a $5 share run, but for Disney, this big of a company, it's that kind of a run is still considerable. So I'll be looking at that as a nice option. Depending on the price, I'll probably go for a 125 call strike for either end of next week or next month. And then, of course, lastly, space. SPCE, not AT&T. Virgin Galactic. They have their earnings coming up 11 days from now, but they also had a launch that was supposed to be this weekend. I really cannot remember if they actually got it launched, or if they got postponed. But I know that there's some of it being postponed, and if it was postponed, the price action will tell me on Monday. And if so, then I'll be putting a put for $18, because it's got a nice gap up to kind of have to get back down a little bit. So with that, fam, that's my watch list with all of these tickers that are on here. Like I said, I am going to post them exclusively to my Discord. So if you want in to see every single one of these tickers, one, you can always just pause this video and write down the tickers each time, or two, you just get on my Discord, copy and paste, and you have your watch list right there. You can water it down, do whatever, but these are just my tickers that I decided to go ahead and put on to have for myself and have my own notifications that I'll be getting whenever news or any signals come through. But without further ado, fam, thank you so much for watching. If I missed out anything, please comment down below. Let me know what y'all like about this watch list and what other content that you would like to see me do in the future. Thank you so much, fam. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.